to another episode of Cousin Talk. This episode, I'm going to try to get out of my head because the last 2 episodes I had a hat on. In the last episode, I looked ridiculous because my hair didn't fit in the hat. So I'm trying to push through and not be like normal SpongeBob.
Don't worry about those type of things. It's fine.
So I figure if I put it out there and then it's like, okay, it's out there now, you know?
Stop.
Because we just talked about mental health last week.
Yes.
And we talked about, well, for me at least, I just don't like caring what people think. I was like, oh, this is a true test. Like, you're putting yourself on a platform, and it's too late after that.
I think also you have to work on doing positive affirmations in your head. Like, once I try to do that now. Once you say something negative about yourself or you think something negative about yourself, you need to also back that up with something positive.
Well, I looked in the mirror before I left, and I was like, oh, my skin looks great. So maybe that counts.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And then I was like, my hair don't look horrible.
No, it doesn't.
I've seen worse.
No,
I've actually had worse. But anyways, but we got to dive into a little bit of hot topics with you guys before we get into our episode this week. And what's been going on lately that you wanted to talk about?
Well, first and foremost, Queen Bee, Miss Beyonce, she has left America. She's over in London town. Sorry, that was a bad. Yeah, sorry. But anyway,
when people go like, "Hello, governor," is that London or is that Australia?
No, it's London.
I thought Australia was "Hello, mate."
That is hello.
So they both say
mate.
"Hello."
No, they say hello, mate, and then in London
they're "Hello." One of them doesn't say the H.
Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Hello, governor.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, governor. You want some toast? Do you want to see these London bridges?
When I talk to myself in my brain, obviously, like when I'm talking to myself and I'm like having a conversation like in the shower, he has a London accent. Is that crazy?
Up.
I know. That's so weird.
I don't know why you would have that. Sounds like another personality. That is insane. I don't know why you would admit that, but
oh my God, no, I've never said that before, but it's true.
I know anytime.
I think it's crazy.
Anytime I've ever tried to do like an English accent, people are like, "Oh, you're doing Jamaican?"
Oh.
No, you do it really good.
I'm like, no, that's not what I was going for.
I don't even want to try to do it.
But
I wouldn't say it sounds Jamaican, but it doesn't
we
sound
were
like
at
that.
an event one
I
time.
need your support.
I shouldn't say that, but we were at a thing, and your son was doing a Jamaican accent in front of Jamaican people.
Wait, what?
Remember?
You know Sean was doing
He
that.
was doing Jamaican
I'm like,
accent.
which who?
But obviously it was like, you know, because they'd be like, you bust a right, you bust a left.
This is the thing. They're so random. Well, I know where they get it from, but they're so random sometimes.
It was so funny. Because I think I asked him where the bathroom was, and then he did it. And it was like, that was on social media at the time. And I was like, there are Jamaican people here.
Oh, you're like, stop, quiet, please. We don't want to offend anybody.
Do you eat Jamaican food?
Oh, I love Jamaican
I'm
food.
just getting like, you know, into it.
it.
And there's one over not too far from my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll have
I
to
don't know
try
about that
it.
one.
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to try it.
What is that called?
You don't know. Have you had
Don't
it before?
give me the line.
Or
Yeah, I went.
And it was good.
Yeah, I waited a really long time. I don't know if that's...
That's what
that's
happens.
the thing. Okay.
That's the thing.
So that's
the
normal.
thing.
Yep, I waited a very long time, but they were so nice.
Yes.
And the guy brought back... I wasn't drinking at the time, so I was really upset because I was like, no, thank you. And he's like, I'm giving free drinks to the table, like a pitcher. And I was just like, no,
That's
thank
the worst
you.
time.
And then I was like, I'll come back. And he was like, when you come back, it might not be free. And I was like,
no.
But super nice, super nice. So
I love the fact that the Jamaican food that I've had here locally has been amazing. It's been fresh. The cabbage is so good, and the jerk chicken, of course, and it's delish. But anyway, so back to Beyonce.
Sorry, yes, back to Beyonce.
But back to Beyonce. I just wanted to mention the fact that people have been posting the fact that she's over in London and she's pretty much doing a completely different show. Although I even heard people who saw her in the States that were saying how this one guy was saying how he saw her one night and then his friends saw her another night in the same city, and they were like, it was a different show. They weren't mad because it was like you just felt like you uniquely got your own little bit of a show from her, and it was special and it was nice. So to see these, like I saw she was sitting down at a piano and it went on fire. I saw that the twins came out and danced with her. Oh yeah, she's got background singers. It's 3 of them, and they are sounding and looking
I don't
amazing.
like that they're getting. I don't like that the other countries get better shows than us.
You
though.
think they get
Like
better
her
shows or
outfit,
different shows?
Better. Her outfit was better. I was like, oh my God, that's the best outfit yet
Okay.
in London. And then the twins in London.
Okay,
I'm like,
I
they
will
get
say
better.
this: it's not
Do
necessarily
they
that
live there though? The
think
twins?
so.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
French.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they
So
live-
they're from Europe, but I feel like it's not necessarily better. It's that she.
they're French, so they're from. Does not mean that.
That went over our heads right quick.
She was like, "Yeah, they're French. Obviously, they're from London."
Not from London. I just meant
England?
they're not
No,
American.
not even England.
Well, you said Europe though.
I said
You
Europe.
said Europe.
I didn't
Okay, all
say
right.
London.
My brain, I'm like, what?
But it's not necessarily a better show, but I feel like she has to put on a little bit more, a little extra because she's representing America. So I feel like she goes a little
okay.
harder
Okay.
just to be able to say and this is a country album that is American music, so she has to kind of go a little harder.
I respect that.
Yes.
I
yes.
do respect also I've crossed into a different country. Let me give a different set list. So I do respect that actually. I don't like that NBA YoungBoy is going on tour and these people are all paying $1,000 for tickets and I'm like,
$1,000.
does he deserve that? I mean, I guess I'm not a fan. So if you're a fan of that person, of course,
Yeah, you'll find
feel
it
that
worth
way.
it. Yeah, you'll feel like
But-
it's worth it.
And I really don't like. Oh, this is actually not the segue I was looking for, but I'm gonna
Oh.
use it. But DDG just said online the other day. He was like, I finally understand what it's like when Michael Jackson felt like being famous, and I was like,
Oh wow.
oh,
Say what now?
yeah, you're
How
not.
does he's nowhere near that to even feel
You'll
it.
never feel.
You know what?
Sorry.
There's different levels to celebrity. So
You're
maybe
nowhere
just
near.
maybe just for right now, he's saying he can tell the difference from last year to now.
He can literally. He skipped Beyonce Jay-Z level. He skipped NBA player level.
Yeah.
Like you're not even as famous as LeBron.
He skipped NFL player level. 'Cause
What
we
is
don't even
wrong
know what they
with-
look like without helmets
I'm
on.
like,
Oh,
DDG.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
Why would you ever compare it to that? Was crazy to me. And I know he
Like
wasn't
Michael
saying
Jackson
I'm as,
couldn't walk in public.
he's never been through the entrance of a hotel before.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Sometimes
Or a grocery
Or
store or
at-
something like that. You
Since
ain't
8
that,
years
at
old,
that
he was,
level.
like that's crazy. That was
sometimes the delusion is real. But
that threw me. But yeah, anyways, speaking of DDG, I regret that we ever touched the topic last week, him and Hallie in his battle. I thought to myself, as a man, you're supposed to protect the baby, you're supposed to protect your child's mother, even if y'all not together. But now it's just messy, and I just was like, dang it, I regret going there because it's really messy.
yeah, I think that I kind of had a feeling it was going to go there too. Now,
Did you?
I did see the other day that it was reported that the judge pretty much denied his request for having Haley have to keep Halo in the States, not leaving the country with him to travel. He denied that. So if she wants to or needs to, probably for work, she can.
I was so sad because I know there was a part of the mental health aspect, like whatever the case may be, was going on. I don't want to say what he said, but that was a threatening thing that he used as a reason. And I didn't like that it got out because that's so damaging to somebody. But then I remember her talking about going through postpartum and like her mental wasn't good. And then she come back and she was like, well, that time he referring to was like way before the baby. Like, but I've since gotten help.
Okay.
But I just was like, how dare you use my mental health against me?
Mhm.
Like, if we gonna be mad at each other and we gonna battle over the baby and we gonna do all this stuff, some stuff should be off limits.
Yeah, because
Which is-
I feel really bad though, because it's like, even if I'm like, okay, this is all you got to do is just come pick up your child and take care of him, and me and you don't even have to see or speak to each other. That's how I feel. I feel like it's at that point, if he's not being threatening or a bad
Do you
father to
think-
his son,
Do you
because
think when it gets to this level, it means, oh, they still love each other? Like, they're just mad right now.
no, because that would be toxic love. So
mean-
I don't know that would be a good thing.
Or maybe, well, yeah, that's true. But, like, not like that. But, like, I'm mad at you because I can't be with you. Or is that toxic?
Oh, that's toxic. Because I think that, when you are willing to pretty much throw your partner, whether they are still your partner or not, under the bus, like,
Yeah, because if I can't have you, nobody can have you.
okay.
That's pretty much what it is.
If I can't have you now, everybody has to think you're trash, and now they'll never want you. And then you have to come back to me.
Okay, Offset.
But that is how people be acting.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
Because they don't want you to go. They still love you.
I saw somebody say Offset is upset.
Oh, my God.
And he's going in. I was just like,
But
oh,
even that has
no.
taken a toll. Like, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm tired of hearing
No.
about Cardi B and Offset. I'm tired of hearing about Remy Ma and Papoose.
Yeah.
Like, the divorce or whatever, and she was like, I've been a great wife to that man, but then she's kind of like acknowledging that she's had a guy.
Yes.
So I'm just like, how have you been a great wife?
I just feel like that situation has to be done with before
you move on.
At least publicly. If it's going to be public, like come on.
I think too, if you have emotionally checked out, you need to physically check out. You can't like still be living with this man, even though y'all may not emotionally be together anymore. You can't do that.
Well,
it's just gonna make you look bad.
Does he know that they're not emotionally together though? It's like, let me know that, and then I can leave.
But they're very much so emotionally together. The way they're arguing.
I mean, that's just a different type of emotion. It's not romantic emotion.
But I don't. That's the thing. If I
probably wouldn't address you if I didn't love you like that.
Mm-hmm.
I probably wouldn't address you.
I'm not addressing you. You
say what you want to say. I'm going
about me.
Yeah.
Whatever you. He's so right.
I think it makes it 10 times worse because it's in the public. Like it's just like, oh.
Yeah, I just like you can say whatever you want about me in the public. If I don't care no more,
I hate it.
Now you look crazy.
Especially when it comes to a couple that we saw and we were like kind of rooting for and we're proud of to claim. And then
Remy Ma and Papoose?
Oh yeah.
They were black love.
Black love. They got a lot of support in the community. But it's just, some things just don't work out, I guess.
No, he held it down while she was in jail.
We all knew that he was writing for her, and we all knew that. And
that wasn't a problem in the relationship.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like we only ever, like, as an item, we just, oh, yeah, he writes for his wife. That's so nice. Or,
no, but
he held her down while she was in jail. So
yes,
nice.
And that was a big thing. That was 10 years. That wasn't like she did 6 months.
It wasn't no Will and Jada. We used to be like, oh, Will and Jada is black love. That was, like, something people said.
People said that, especially
nobody was saying Papoose and Remy are gold. Oh, my.
Because they were, if you think about their platform, Love and Hip Hop, who else was standing next to them that was successful for you to look up to as like
Scrappy
nobody.
and Erica.
No.
Stevie J and Jocelyn. She didn't leave that man's side on that show. She was beating up people for him.
She did.
Come on.
That's not a good example of black love. So we're going to move on.
Also, you want to know something that was trending the other day? Rihanna's net worth, it said, had dropped. Her and Elon Musk, y'all. And I want to tell y'all these numbers because it blew my mind because I gotta read the numbers accurately, and I should have like screenshot this when I saw it.
Okay.
Because it blew my mind. Everybody always like, I don't say everybody want to be rich, but like obviously we're like, oh, it would be so nice if we were like millionaires like that or billionaires like that, right?
Yeah.
So you think, but then could you imagine being told, hey, your net worth just dropped $300 million? Like to them, that is like, that's got to be us. Because, like, okay, if I just was thinking, like, let's say they went broke.
Mm-hmm.
They have millions of bills. Like, their bills equate to millions. Mm-hmm. And they got to figure out what to do. Like, I could quit my job tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, I don't have that much to have to account for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that scares me. Yeah. And I just feel like that's even more stress to have that much money.
But I will say this much. Even if they have that type of issue where their net worth goes down, that doesn't mean that they have debt.
Yeah, that they're broke.
They don't have. That doesn't mean that they're broke.
Not. Right.
You hopefully not. Yes, absolutely. Because that is.
You can buy everything in cash, straight out.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gotta.
That's true. It says Rihanna's 1.4 billion fortune made headlines because it dropped by like 30%. So it fell by $400 million. That is so crazy.
Did they kind of mention like as to why?
It said that some of her deals that she's been working on either fell through or weren't performing as expected.
Oh.
So I just feel like all she got to do is put out an album. You're going to make it back.
Or sell some new products through Fenty because that is
let Fenty skin go on sale.
But also, let's like give this woman just a break because she's pregnant. So let's let her have a baby.
I remember I hate to say this. I saw an interview of Diddy one time, and he was like, I got notified that I had lost like $300 to $500 million, like in a day. And he said he was stressed out because he takes care of so many people. This is years ago. But I'm just like,
oh my God, as he should have been.
And, lost how? Like in the market or like?
I mean, the market is bad right now. We're about to be in a recession,
the market
personally.
is bad
so
right
from
now.
what I'm seeing. So I just feel like that maybe they expect their money to kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
But like Elon Musk, his net worth is still $420 billion.
He's fine.
Wow.
He's
but
fine.
if you tell this man, hey, you just lost $34 billion, am I not going to be stressed?
No, he is not penny pinching at all. He is not.
He definitely is not.
Yeah, me and Caleb and Cameron were just talking about that the other day. They were like, if you had extra funds or a surplus, you don't think that you would be spending thousands of dollars on Beyonce tickets? And I was like, no, that's a waste of money. I can have a good seat for $300. And they were like, you're not going to live like that. Like, you're gonna
I
know
don't think
it's
you
extra.
would live like that.
But
I think because you have it like that, you would not even miss it by indulging yourself.
I would like to think I would still be frugal.
You wouldn't. I know you.
Well, my skincare I wouldn't be frugal with, but I'm still not going to spend hundreds of dollars on products just because I have extra hundreds of dollars. I'm going to put it in savings.
I already know you would be that one, like I always say, you would be that one that would be like, oh, I need gold leaf facials and I need diamond crystals
but it's for your skin
in my skincare, and I need to make sure.
Remember Beyonce said that it upgrade you diamond cream facials? Like, I don't even know what that means.
Yes.
But that's for your skin. That's for part of health and self-care. So that's worth it.
And you would swing it around some way, somehow, to be able to say, my mental needs to see Beyonce this close. I need to be in her VIP.
Not for an hour and a half or 2
I was going
hours.
to say, that's only one concert.
Yeah.
It's the other stuff.
Now, if I'm
But he
meeting
would
her,
go to multiple. He would be like, I saw her in the States. I saw her over in
that's
Europe.
true. And that's
I
true.
would.
Now, I
I
would.
needed a trip.
But those are different experiences. Seeing her in the
exactly.
States and in a different country, that's vacation.
Yes.
That's not going to break the bank.
No, and it really wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. That's why you would do it, because you would know that. You
It's
would
not
be
gonna
like,
break the
I got
bank.
it. So it's fine.
I would like to think. Because you know how rich people stay rich is by being frugal.
This is true. So maybe you don't have to take a private plane, but you still gonna go.
That's why I always say if I had millions, I'm not buying everybody in my family a home or da-da-da-da-da. Or everybody can't get the same thing that my parents would get or my siblings would get.
What would I get? That's the question.
New mics.
Not the podcast.
It's a business. We got to put money into the business.
Me.
No, because you want to know what happens? I'm gonna treat her how I'm supposed to, and all our other cousins are gonna be like, "But you got some on, you got some on." So I have to. I'm sorry, you can't get nothing. Or every time I take a luxurious trip, and I'm like, "Oh, Simone, come on, we going on this trip. It's a cousin trip." They're gonna murder us. You first. They're gonna make me, and then I'm gonna be gone.
We got to record.
I'll be like,
We wanna
Kelsey,
do it in a
We gotta
different
travel to
atmosphere.
work. Yeah,
run.
yeah.
Run.
No,
Yeah.
because they're gonna be someone who could be the only ones that travel with you. We're in business together.
Yep.
Have a business.
Gotta go get this
And
money.
I personally feel like it's kind of like how when Kylie Jenner was a billionaire and Jordan was her best friend, she did nothing to be famous. She was just famous because.
She was just famous.
So
because.
same for if I make it, I'm gonna have a crew.
You gonna
If
have
you
a
make
crew.
it,
If
just
I
know-
make it,
I'm done with my job. Just know that.
oh my God! Now I'm not getting ready to be funding your lifestyle.
I'm gonna work for you
with your diamond green
I'm going
facials.
to cook for you and be your stylist. Come on,
No,
and you can't fire me.
no.
I will work. See, that's the thing. Like, I did just see Chris Rock. They were like, when he made like a certain amount of money, his family were like, "Oh, bet we can all quit." And he was like, "Y'all not rich.
Y'all
I
not
am
rich. I am.
So that is
Yes.
true too.
I
But
know there would be certain things that I would do to contribute to our family having a good time every once in a while.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I would be like, the women in our family, let's go and have a spa day. Or to my uncles, I don't know. I'd figure out something for them. They have different personalities, so it would take a minute.
What about your husband?
she did go straight to the women of the
Honey,
family first.
I'm just talking about like our family, not like immediate family. Of course, I would take care of you.
Okay.
Okay,
All
now.
right. All right.
So, okay, really quick. The only other two things I wanted to talk about was he's so annoying, but Tyrese, Halle Berry.
What?
What more do you want from me?
For real, every time. Like, anytime I see him, like, why are you online? I go straight there. I'd be like, this man drives me insane. He don't even be doing that wrong. He does nothing. And I just be like, what is it this time?
What did he
But
do
he's-
now?
Okay, I guess Halle Berry's boyfriend, fiance,
Yeah.
he said he had proposed to her. She has yet to accept. They're still together and they're happy.
Yes. I heard that.
In her mind, I've been married 3 times. It didn't work out. I don't need to get married.
Mhm.
Okay. Tyrese then decides to like screenshot that and post it, and it's like, me too. I'm on the second marriage. Like, it didn't work out. For her, 3, me too. Like, maybe marriage is dying off or it's not needed. And I was just like, why was that an entrance for you? Like, you could have let that be.
He just wanted to give his 2 cents. That don't bother me.
I don't like it. And I also feel like Halle Berry, what are you doing? Like, you have a man that wants to make you his wife. Girl, you better, what are you doing? And that's a good man to stick beside her.
I mean,
that's very humble.
I think that, no, and also I think that if she, depending on how she explained it, obviously explained it in a way that he understood and respected. But you know what? I got you. Okay,
imagine I proposed to you in front of hundreds of people, our family, real intimate, a surprise. And you close the box back?
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't believe in marriage.
Oh, my God.
Now we have to break up. I can't stand beside you.
But honestly, I would like to think that you're in tune enough with me. We've been together long enough that you would know not to do that. Don't do that.
He did it. He should have known Halle Berry was like.
I mean, it was in private because we wouldn't have known
know
about it until
and who admits to that? Who admits to that?
I mean, I think she just was also pointing out the fact of what her needs were and the fact that he still met them. He still met her needs. He met her where she was.
I would have been like, all right, now you didn't say no, and you better never tell
nobody. I feel like
we
would have had that conversation though, like to know
that she don't.
Hey, I don't want to get married. I'm just doing me right now, so don't propose.
But even if you did propose and she said no, are you gonna tell her don't repeat this? Because I am.
Kelsey is saying he would not have wanted her to tell nobody.
Don't ever tell nobody that. That's between me and you to know that I proposed and you said no.
Like you said, hopefully it's not in public.
Yeah,
because you can't hide that.
I see both sides. I feel like she's also letting the world know that regardless, that's not the end of the world. They didn't have to break up. Their relationship is still strong enough to be able to say we can move forward. And again, like I said, instead of her just going with it and just going with the flow and pleasing another person, she's saying that's not what I want. And I think that honesty is something that you can't. No. I understand that, but I'm just saying she's
pleasing them. It's just they just don't
like we
get
always
married
hear
on paper.
We always hear on Pop the Balloon when the guys be like, "I'm dating with a view to marriage." Well, Halle Berry's not. These fine women out here don't want to get married,
and she's not. And she's not dating multiple people. She's with one guy.
That's true.
She's with one guy.
Now y'all know.
Okay.
Do you ever think there's going to come a time when we're talking about hot topics and we are talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z have finally revealed what happened in the elevator?
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
Because I really look forward to that day. I look forward to Solange telling us. I just want to know.
Or do you think it's going to be a security guard like in Cassie and Diddy's case that was like, I'm releasing this video?
No. People seem to be
Or
really
not
loyal.
the video. We have the video.
We got
the
video.
audio.
Oh, yeah. I don't think so. I think they probably paid him really good. Or he signed an NDA already. It's too late. Or Solange will finally tell us. Like, I want to get a tell-all book. I want to know. I want to know who Becky with the good hair is.
I definitely want to know that.
And I saw a post today and I sent it to you and I was like, dang it, I think that's who it was.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that.
It's going to be something goofy like Jay-Z told Solange her breath stank or something like that.
In the elevator?
Sister
No,
brother
we
type
know.
stuff.
That was not
We
that.
know that it was about
Becky.
We know that.
They could have talked about that before, but in that moment, it could have just been something real petty.
I send my cousin things, guys, and she doesn't look at them.
Oh.
We're not in a real relationship. Get it? Like I send real.
Listen. Oh, God. Listen.
Real relationship.
Look how he's hugging her so intimately, just like his wife.
Oh. I love that. I love it.
That's Becky. And now they're not cool no more.
Well, there was other reasons why.
Oh, because of her husband?
Yeah. No. I think she was saying stuff. They're friends with her husband.
Yeah, he got them in a divorce. Right. So, yeah, guys, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Anyways, this episode, that was Hot Topics. We're going to move into tell them, Simone, what we are talking about today.
Today, we are talking about our 10 top movies. Just us personally is not the
our top 10 are correct.
Okay.
There's a right and wrong answer.
All right. So do you want to go first or you want me to say my list first?
You can say your list first.
Okay. So starting with my list, let me just pull her up.
Because I also didn't put my list on paper.
Oh, okay. So it's all up here.
Yeah, I just know what I need to keep watching it forever.
I had to put mine on the list because I was like,
these movies
I'm afraid.
You can watch for the rest of your life, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And some I left off just because I just did. But these are some of my top 10 favorite movies, just in the sense that when I saw them, I watched them multiple times, and I loved them. Okay. That's what I'm going based off. Not that they're the greatest of all time for everybody else. This is my opinion. So mine start with Love Jones, Love and Basketball, The Best Man, Enemy of the State, ATL, What's Love Got to Do with It, Boomerang, Coming to America, Anchorman, and The Rainmaker.
Anchorman.
You know
Didn't
what?
expect that.
The Rainmaker.
Oh.
It was really good. It was really good.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
Oh, it was really good.
Oh. Mine would be, I've never seen the full Love Jones, by the way.
Excuse me, say what?
Every time I see it on TV, I'll be watching it and I'll be like, all right, I'm bored.
First of all, before you say that, I am actually very surprised there's one movie that's not on your list as much as you try to make us watch it.
No. I didn't want to mention that because
Okay,
I've mentioned it, I think, previously, and it's my
Is it
own
a White
personal thing.
Christmas?
No, it's not.
Oh, they ate us up for that.
No, it is not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yes, but we don't have to talk about
Yeah.
it.
But also, I do think that some of our favorite, like your favorite movie, doesn't have to be in your top 10.
Yeah, this is a separate list.
That's
it's a
that's
separate
true.
list. This is just my
Like
top
I
10.
love Blank Check, the movie Blank Check.
Oh.
I love it. Will never be in a top 10 for me, but that is like I can watch that anytime.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
But I would say my top 10 are probably in no particular order, but like Baps is my favorite movie. Baps, I think that's Halle Berry's best movie ever. ATL, Divergent,
Oh, wow.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. Oh no.
And those are series, but you know.
Did I ever tell you about Hunger Games? With me and Hunger Games, the first time I saw it. Okay, I'll get back to that. Go ahead.
Baps, ATL. Oh, I said
Nah, I
Hunger
wanna
Games,
know. I don't even
Divergent,
know.
Love and Basketball for sure.
Okay.
That's
I forgot
five.
about Divergent. I should have had that on my list.
Great movie.
Great movie.
I should have did my homework.
Crickets.
Okay, Best Man for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially is it the first one or the second one? The second one makes me cry every time.
Okay.
Sorry. I was like when she died.
I know.
So
I
sad.
know.
I really want to say Pink Panther or Obsessed just because Beyonce are in them. I'm not gonna, but
What number are you on?
6.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, Oliver and Company.
Okay. I forgot to list cartoons. I didn't do cartoons.
Could watch
on
that
mine.
anytime, any day. I
Okay.
need 3 more top 10 movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna judge me for saying Oliver and Company.
Well,
I can't think of it. Oh
how you not gonna say the Jungle Book?
no,
Oh, no,
you're
no,
talking
no.
about Tarzan. Tarzan is great.
Here we go again.
Soundtrack alone.
Tarzan.
Phil Collins
Okay.
ate that. Let me tell you something. Phil Collins, great man. Okay, I want to say a Will Smith movie.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna say I Am Legend. It was the first scary movie that I was like, and it really wasn't that scary, but it was scary to me. So we'll put I Am Legend on there. He carried that movie by himself. There were no other humans.
Oh.
Well, there were, but you know.
Mm.
Guys, I didn't do my homework. I'm so sorry. I want to say something with Kerry Washington in it. I think she's amazing.
I guess next we'll have to do some
Help me,
sitcoms. We'll have to do some sitcoms. I tried. I said Tarzan, but
Tarzan.
I can't
Let me
finish
tell
my
you-
list. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Let me tell you about the first time I decided to watch Hunger Games.
Okay.
I'm pregnant. Yeah, I'm pregnant with Sydney, and I am watching because I didn't know. I knew the premise, but I didn't read the books. I'm sitting here watching these children kill other children.
Okay.
And I'm pregnant.
I didn't know
when
we were
I
going to
tell
talk about the
you-
movie.
When I tell you I cried and I was like, this is a horrible film.
Okay.
I was so
will
emotional. I was so emotional.
Say, I don't think that it's first of all, any of these movies, watch them on TV version.
yeah.
For a lot of them, especially on her list.
Oh.
I feel like Hunger Games was like, I don't know why we didn't realize that it was very violent.
Very.
Because it wasn't gory.
The babies were killing the babies.
But it wasn't gory.
And that was the point. And I was like,
Yeah. But it had a storyline. That wasn't just murder for fun. They didn't have a choice. And they were living at a time where that man thought that was what?
You just going in for Hunger Games,
Anyways,
but that's fine. Go ahead.
Divergent is a great love story.
Love Divergence.
In the movie, when they remember when that guy didn't know that they were all like poisoned or whatever, and they were like under the thing,
Yes.
and then he's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they kill him.
Yes.
And then him and her are pretending, and they like, oh, it's so beautiful.
Yes.
That movie actually makes me a little emotional.
It did to me too. It got to me for sure. But
Do you cry in Babs?
No. Do you cry in Babs? How many times do you cry when you watch certain things?
Hear me out. I don't be
No.
like crying.
No.
But I just get so emotional. Like I'd be like, dang.
God.
Sometimes you do need a good movie to help you do that.
I don't
Sometimes it
cry
brings out
like
emotions.
cry.
But
you know.
I do think we need to do a whole nother list.
When
with
the girl
sitcoms.
dies in Best Man Holiday,
yeah, that's a tearjerker.
that's a tearjerker. So that's what it is. It's like tearjerker. You don't be crying for
You don't
real.
be crying
but
for
you be
real.
like, is my eyes watering? If I had to ask you your top 5 sitcoms,
Ooh.
mine would be My Wife and Kids, George Lopez. Reluctantly, I'm saying Martin, but Martin.
Oh.
The Parkers.
Oh wow.
And can I say Rugrats?
Not Rugrats. Sure, you can say Rugrats.
Or SpongeBob. Actually, no. Gumball.
Okay.
Funniest cartoon I've ever seen.
Okay, now so my oldest son, Sean, he did from time to time when he was growing up would watch it, and I would
Gumball?
catch Gumball episodes.
Is funny.
Oh,
As an
good
adult, I found out
Lord.
about it like late because I was babysitting. And I'm like, let me watch this. It probably was your kids. Somebody put me on Gumball.
Probably.
And as an adult, I will literally, like when I'm sick, I will be like, let me watch some Gumball.
Oh wow,
That is funny.
Okay, so
top
mine
sitcoms?
would definitely be Scandal.
Sitcom.
Okay, it would be Martin, Fresh Prince. Let's see.
I'm taking Gumball off and putting Fresh Prince.
Okay, it would be Martin, Fresh Prince.
How do we get to Gumball and all these other sitcoms?
Jerry Seinfeld. It would be Living Single, and it would be what's my number 5?
You
Probably
didn't say My Wife and Kids.
I didn't because that's not on my list.
Oh.
I would put
George
actually
Lopez?
no. I probably would say either the Jamie Foxx show
Oh, that's so
or
good.
the Wayans show over. Actually, for me, over
Over which one?
over
My Wife and Kids?
yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
I think that My Wife and Kids,
But it was
I think
hilarious.
Tisha Campbell was funnier as Jay Campbell in My Wife and Kids than she was as Gina and Martin.
I think she did both hilariously. Oh my goodness, everybody hates Chris, and also Modern Family.
I got put on that late. Oh, but I guess then it's like other shows like The Office too.
I was
The
gonna say,
Office.
like,
Abbott Elementary.
Office, yeah.
Abbott Elementary.
Have you seen St. Dennis?
No.
Yes.
St. Dennis is fun. Like that to me is because it's literally set up like The Office, but in a hospital. And
Oh,
the main
Cougar
character.
has
Yeah, it
watched
starts
that.
out
That's
slow,
okay.
but then it
Okay.
gets funny.
Yeah, it gets funnier and funnier.
Oh.
Like Abbott is like Office, but it's cool.
Now, so I do have to say this. There are certain movies and there are certain shows I have never seen, and I know that they're considered like cult classics, but I've never seen
Like
them.
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. I've never seen that.
Shut your mouth.
Oh.
Okay.
Or like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I've never seen that.
You're trash. What's wrong with you?
I don't know if it's a cult classic for my culture.
Okay.
Is it for our culture?
I mean, it just
No.
is. It just is.
Hmm.
And I love me some Crazy Rich Asians. Don't
Never
get me
seen
started.
it.
Oh, Kelsey. See, this whole time we've been in the winter, we could have been in the house watching movies.
I don't have a desire to see it.
Okay.
Well, actually, I take that back. That's the movie where they're playing Mariah Carey throughout the movie.
No.
Always be my baby.
That's called You'll Always Be My Baby.
Mm.
I'm going to hit you.
Okay, well, I do want to say, me and Simone were talking earlier. I was telling her as we were talking about the list, or talking about what we were going to talk about tonight. I hate that we say black movies, and obviously the movies we all just named were primarily black movies. But I wish that those movies could be just a part of great movies in general. Because, like, to me, ATL is just a great movie. And I hate that we do that. Now, the cast is primarily black, yes, but you know, like I understand if somebody were to do that to Tyler Perry Productions because he do that on purpose. I hate Tyler Perry Production. You know what Tyler Perry Production? Like Sisters, I actually watch it, but I'm just like, this is dumb. I just don't like that. But I think like black movies, like they get like that stigma of like low production or something.
Or that it's unrelatable because it's only for black people and it's not.
Oh, you know another one I would put on my top 10 is what's the one, y'all, where he makes it to the NBA? Remember Eve was his childhood crush?
Oh, the Cookout?
The Cookout.
Yes.
That is a top 10 movie. I'll never not watch the Cookout.
Why?
That is funny. He reminds me of Ivan.
Now, I will say this much. There are a lot
I
of...
shouldn't say that because Ivan going to be like, know what I do to be like him.
He does
But like if Ivan would have
remind
made it
you
to
of
the
Ivan.
NBA, yes, he not like look like
No.
Ivan.
Oh.
But like because you know what it is?
What?
Ivan, he grew upstairs from me. Like we had the duplex.
Yeah.
So I feel like we would just always be in his room and like I just feel something that would be Ivan.
That would be Ivan. Okay.
Maybe because he had that movie on. He had the greatest movie collection.
Oh, yeah, they did.
That
actually.
was, and I don't know if it was his or his parents, but we would borrow movies like.
Mhm. Like you were. Well, I won't age myself. I was gonna say like you going to Blockbuster, but I'll say Redbox.
Oh my
Redbox.
gosh, Blockbuster.
Mhm.
What
I'm
a
proud of
faint memory.
Blockbuster.
Forgot about it.
I'm not going.
We used to have a
I don't care.
Blockbuster tape, and then they went out of business, and I was like, gotcha.
I remember when they went out of business and they tried to send me. They sent me a letter to say you still have a night of the museum. I said, if y'all don't get out of my face,
Did I ever
It's
tell
like,
you
where
about
am I
the
gonna
time
take it?
We were in Blockbuster and they got robbed at gunpoint.
yes.
Did I ever tell you that? That's the only that's like.
Well,
the,
okay, I just knew of that story. I feel like last summer because
Oh, really?
y'all were talking about it as something we were at, and I was like, what?
I just remember out of all the times I've never listened to my parents, I never did. I actually listened, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's so crazy." They're right because they used to be like, "Okay, now one day you're not gonna listen, you're gonna get shot and killed." And I'm like,
Wow.
that could have been." Yeah, my parents are very, but I could have what if I didn't listen?
Okay, so since we've been on this like movie kick, let's just go and spill into some crazy movie stuff that has happened. One time, I go to the movies and I sit down and tell me why I have to jump up because my whole bottom and back
Soaking
is
wet.
wet.
Ew, what was on the chair?
Who knows?
Ugh.
I literally had to go out and say,
You're nasty.
do you see? I don't know what happened prior to me getting there, but I just sat in the seat and it's wet. And they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We'll give you your money back." I was like, "Yeah."
And a dry cleaning bill.
Yeah, and a dry cleaning bill. Because what the heck?
Ew.
That was one of the craziest things that ever happened
And then
to
you
me
got in
at a
your
movie
car
theater.
and sat on that seat.
I'm
feel
hoping
like,
it was just soda.
We went to the theaters one time to see the Idris Elba movie with Taraji P. Henson.
Oh,
think
yeah.
what that's
That was a
called.
thriller. You
Yeah.
saw that in theaters?
And do you know me?
Scared.
Me and Raven were in the theater, and we're with a group of friends, like the long row in the theater is fully taken up by us, and we in that theater like, no, oh my god. But I couldn't help it. Y'all know I don't do good in thrillers.
Don't be a stigmatism.
Oh no, we were, and people were just like, I'm sure, very annoyed, and our people kept looking down the road like, what is wrong? But we were like, very into it.
Very into it.
I couldn't even.
I've never had that experience. I am not one of those people.
I'm usually not.
I don't like it.
I'm usually not.
I don't like it.
I'd rather fall asleep in the theater before I.
Yeah.
Like I took myself to. Have you ever been to the movies by yourself?
No.
It's so therapeutic.
I'm sorry. I got another one.
What?
Oh. me and Kubi are at the movies.
I already know what you want
and
to
this
say.
guy, it so much stuff was going on, and I want to say it was to go see The Best Man
Best Man
2.
Holland. Yeah.
And this guy and girl come up, and they're like, "Oh, we think you're in our seats," and we're like,
Oh no. Okay, you
We're
know
like,
you talking
no.
about.
Was it other?
That
"No,
was
no, no!
another one.
Was that two different nights?
That was
two
two, that was a
different?
different one.
Okay,
I thought you
we
was
got two.
So Best Man Holiday was the other one, but we'll get to that.
But
This
it
Okay.
was
was
other
another
seats
one.
open.
That was another one. No,
Oh.
the theater was packed for whatever movie this was, and this guy comes up with this girl. I'm assuming it was his woman. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then literally it got to the point like Kubi pulled out his tickets and was like, "Dude, we're sitting here. We got the tickets. We're here."
during the movie.
This
Yeah.
is before it started.
okay, thank
he
God.
goes down and gets one of the people that works at the movie theater. They come up and they're like, "Sir, that was for yesterday."
No, I told him that.
You told him that?
I showed him my phone and he showed me his, and it literally was the day before. And I was
Idiot.
like, "Bro, this is from yesterday." He's
So-
like, "Oh."
So either he's
How did he even get in the movie?
I don't know. That's
either
actually
he's-
interesting.
Either was telling on himself because he took somebody else the day before, or he really did choose the wrong date.
But
on
no,
the
but how did
calendar.
that is a good question. You wouldn't have been able to get in the movie
Like, how
with a
did you
ticket
get in
from
there?
yesterday.
I will
Yeah, how did you
say
get in
one
there?
time I was at the movie. This is one of the movies I went to by myself, and I had ordered food to my seat and it never came.
Oh.
And then I waited the whole movie, and I didn't want to miss the movie to go and get the food. So afterwards, I'm like, y'all, my food never came. I was really upset, and I'm showing them, And the girl was like, "Let me see." And so she looked, and she's like, "Well, you ordered it for tomorrow to be delivered at that seat." And I was like,
No.
"Why would that even be an option?
It
Why would
it
that
should
be an
not
option?"
have been an
Yeah.
option.
I was like, "So can y'all give me my money?" And
Can
she's
you
like, "We
refund
can
it?
make it for you right now." So
I
had to
mean,
just wait.
yeah, I guess for that
I was
amount of money.
I'm like, I missed the movie, so I paid like $20 for a burger and fries. The movie's not on anymore. I was so angry.
I would've been
was
mad.
so
You got
angry.
dinner.
You did.
Yeah, I
get
had dinner to go.
But now, this
The
story.
best. Yeah.
The best man. We're sitting down,
I'm nervous.
and it's a packed theater again.
Yeah, it was
And this
shoulder
couple,
to shoulder.
Couple is late again.
Well,
and
first,
where are they
hold on.
coming?
Well, first-
They're coming to sit by
Go ahead.
us.
Ugh.
We're looking at them and we're like, oh, I hope they don't come sit over here.
That was her exact
And
words.
they flopped down.
Plop right
They
down.
go, excuse me.
And then what happened?
He took his
Sad.
shoes off.
Took
Oh.
his shoes off. Took his shoes off next to me. Because, of course, he
Yeah,
sat
I'm
next
in the
to
aisle,
me.
so I had to
Did he
experience
have
none of
socks
this.
on?
But
He had on socks.
I
He
take my
didn't have on
shoes off at
sandals.
the
You
movies.
nasty. Don't ever take your shoes off at a
I
movie
take my
theater.
shoes off.
And
But
you
I
know
put
what
my,
else?
especially not a packed one.
reclined, and I like to cross my feet. I paid for that movie. Movies are expensive now.
What does that mean?
I
Does that mean
mean-
you're at home?
Simone, my feet need to breathe.
Should you come to the theater in a robe with no clothes on
That's
because you want to be
dramatic.
comfortable?
I
That's
mean, at this point, you really do have the
Nike
space
socks
to
cost
be
a
able to
lot
at
of
least
money.
recline like that.
So
I don't know
I
if I'm
should
taking
be
my
able to
shoes
show
off.
them
Now,
off.
I will say this much. I do think you should be allowed to bring your own food if you want
That's
or
true.
drinks.
And I do.
Think
So
you should.
You
if you
realize
go-
how much you have to do to bring that food in there?
No, but it's not a lot because people do it all the
Connell
time.
and I one time went to the movies, and we went to Wendy's to get a 4 for $4.
How do guys do that? Because y'all don't even have
You just wear your
purses.
jean
Exactly.
jacket. You know how the jean jacket pocket on the inside you can
No.
put stuff in
And
your,
you just stuff
not in
a
the
4
pocket,
for 4 in
not
the
where you put your
pockets?
hands, like in the inside of a jean jacket. There's that the pocket inside the jacket. It's not a pocket, but it's like a little opening. Like every jean jacket has it, and it's enough to hold.
Was it a members only jacket?
And it's enough to hold a burger and French fries. And then on
Wow.
this side, you could put your 4-piece nugget. Don't open your sauce yet. Put that in there.
I'm
You
not
just buy
putting that
soda.
in my
But then-
jacket.
okay, then you just buy soda. I'm like, what you do for the drink? But okay.
Swallow with your. Never mind.
Okay. But yeah, those are my. I feel like we had to mention that experiences at the movie theaters that are crazy. I have
Yeah.
seen somebody pull out a dinner like it was like a a white styrofoam like
As you
Mm.
should. She probably had that at the bottom of her purse.
yeah.
My
I'm not mad at
grandmother
that.
used to do that.
Yeah, as you should.
Oh.
I'm not I
Whole
will.
meal.
Your kids, I took them to the movies one time, and I'm like,
What'd you
can
do
we
with
get a
my
large
children?
soda? And I put 2 straws in, and they were like, Sydney was like, it's a pandemic. And I was like, okay, can I get another soda? That soda was $15. I was like,
well, you were doing the big cousin day, so you're good. I did it for you.
shit. I was saying she. I didn't say but she has enough. She took me to the IMAX once to see a shark movie.
It was.
And I'm pretty sure her
it
Kubi was kissing the whole movie.
It wasn't, and it was the special filming of it. It
Yeah, that
was
was
in
crazy.
3D.
I remember that, but you didn't watch it. She was talking to her man, and I was sitting there looking stupid. I was a chaperone. And didn't know I was a chaperone. I do remember that. That's the movie you took me to.
Kelsey,
Yes.
that's a lie. I was not. You weren't just a chaperone. We wanted to do something special
Were
for
you watching that movie?
Yes,
We did watch the shark movie. Yes.
We watched the shark
And what
movie.
was that?
It was an IMAX theater.
It was at
but
the
it was
museum.
like it was at the museum.
Yeah, but was it like a?
it was like a. What do you call that? Where it's a. It's
'Cause
not.
was it about
3D.
sharks?
It was about sharks.
I mean, that's pretty much.
In
I ain't
the
gonna say
oceans, but
IMAX is 3D, but it's right in your face. I mean, it's
It's
a
kinda
really
like-
big
It
was really
screen.
cool.
Yeah,
It
it's a
was-
really
it
big
was kinda-
screen.
It was almost like before the Sphere, I think, thing
Do
that's
they
in
even
Las
have
Vegas.
the IMAX anymore?
It's like
Oh,
that
it was
type
way
of-
before
Is
that.
the
Yeah.
IMAX a thing anymore?
I don't think so.
Mm.
I mean, they have IMAX theaters, like
But not-
when we go.
like we don't-
yeah,
yeah.
like when we go see our Marvel movies, we usually trying to like.
And
pick
then
that type of,
It's not an
remember when
IMAX
the
though.
3D
That's
movies
a
used to
super
have the blue
screen.
and,
But I mean, I guess it's like,
red
but it's not a.
things.
Yeah.
what?
Remember the blue and red glasses for 3D movies?
Yeah,
I was just,
we just did that for Sydney's
Oh.
at Shed Aquarium. They have a.
Did they work?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah,
Hmm.
Well, guys,
yes.
we literally will talk about anything. That's
We
so
sure
crazy
will.
to me.
We sure
And
will.
you know what? I'm going to wait till our next episode because we've been filming for a while and I'm going out tonight with no haircut. This is a way for me to prove to myself I don't care what people think.
Wow.
Are you proud?
Yeah. Okay.
I have a hat in the car just in case my friends are like, you know. But,
Mm-hmm. Don't let that pressure get you down.
or should I just go out like this?
I think you look fine, but whatever you feel comfortable with. Again, if you don't care about what people think, don't be asking questions. Don't be indecisive.
That is so true. I do care about what people think. I care about the people that I care about's opinions. Like, if I don't care about you, I don't really care what you think. But I care about the people I'm with. I want their opinion. Because I don't do going out with people that look a mess.
And on that note.
Oh. No, that's great.
We are going to end this Cousin Talk podcast episode. I was going to say series. Yeah, right. Episode.
We enjoyed ya.
That was from Mariah Carey. She did her performance and she ended with that. And I told you I wanted
Why
to do
did we
that.
not?
I
make
forgot.
That? Why did we not talk about that for Hot Topics? But if y'all haven't seen Mariah Carey celebrating 20 or 25 years of,
I think it's 25.
And what album is it? It's not Emancipation. It's not Emancipation. Yeah. I mean, it is.
Oh, maybe it's 20. I'm sorry, maybe it's 20.
But it is Emancipation. 05, I don't like that nobody is showing love to. It's like that. Everybody is like, oh, her best song is "We Belong Together," and I'm like, it's like that. It's up there with that.
I think
that was the biggest hit, though.
Which one?
We Belong Together.
We Belong Together.
Oh, it's bigger than It's Like That.
Yeah.
Oh, them chickens flashing off lotion.
Oh, okay.
Love that.
Oh, y'all didn't talk about A. Marie.
Oh, we gotta go out with that. I really want to talk about that.
Okay, so Tiny Desk just
mind you, a couple weeks ago we had said that on our show.
What did we say?
We were like, oh, because we were talking about music and it was a Hot Topics, and we were like, A. Marie is back with a single, and we both loved it, and she's doing Hot Topics. We were very excited. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so she just did a Tiny Desk, and I watched it, and I remembered how much I just loved that album.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a great album.
Say,
okay, I'll be the bad guy. I don't understand what happened. And I feel like, did she always sound like that? We love her. And I just saw her on Instagram Live, actually. And she was singing in the studio with Troy Taylor, the producer, who records a lot with Trey Songz.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, you hitting them notes. Like, he's really gassing her up. And I'm like sitting there like, okay, it do sound good. And I'm just like, well, did it? I'm confused now. And it just sounds like maybe, I think what people are saying right now, they're all saying, like, we don't think that NPR gave her enough time to rehearse because her background singers were also flat and sharp. And this guy was like, how you be flat and sharp at the same time? It's like, so, I just, I love me some A. Marie. Would you go to an A. Marie concert?
I would, because I did love her second album.
For the nostalgia of it.
Yes, and I loved her second album because the production and the songs and the songwriting were great on that album.
And I don't think that you have to be a vocalist to be good at what your craft is. Like, if it's in music, like, obviously we talk about this all the time. We love Rihanna here at Cousin Talk. She's not a vocalist, and we know that, but we love her. And so I think maybe we feel that way about A. Marie too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would put her up there. I think that you're gonna have those.
Which one would you choose?
Those ones. I probably, for different reasons. I mean, I would pick. Yeah.
Like when we just said Keisha Cole was dumb for choosing Faith Evans over Toni Braxton.
Oh.
When it comes to singing, who are you choosing?
A. Marie over Rihanna?
No. Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna choose. Those are two different voices. I don't do that. They got to be similar.
Do they have to be similar? But
to me,
Toni and Faith Evans are not similar. Why are they even getting compared?
I don't even know why they were getting compared, but that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people just throw
people
things
say
out
Faith
there,
Evans is a powerhouse singer.
Stupid.
I don't know why they say that though. But you were saying Faith is comparable to Mary J.
I feel like yes, and I do feel like she's a powerhouse singer. She has the ability to sing low and high, and
maybe that's why they were
very,
her
very
to Toni
strong.
Then.
Like she has that.
So then maybe that's why.
But not necessarily the same level as Toni. It's a difference.
Well, according to D.R. Cole, Faith Evans does not have wardrobe changing music. Says she went on break and changed her wardrobe, but he says she does not have those hits.
I keep seeing stuff like that. Like they keep bringing up Ashanti's old performance where she's like scrubbing the floor a little bit, and they're like, she don't got one song that requires that.
Right.
And I be cracking
Is
up.
it the one where she's sitting down?
Yes, on the floor and she's scooting.
I love that song.
But did you see the video where she was twerking and they was like, do you have no songs that require this?
I don't. That is crazy to
but
me.
You know, they said the same thing about SZA when she did the performance for the Super Bowl halftime, and she ended like they were like, SZA don't have one song where she need to be doing all of that.
She said,
and you like swinging back for her like you just went crazy.
But I liked her performance.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
I'm not convinced on SZA right now, guys.
We gotta watch that back so I can see that.
Beyonce's boots fall off.
Oh
yes, and her chaps fell down. Yes,
and they the way they danced and brought it back up.
That dancer was like,
like,
oh.
she can justify some changes. Like
yeah,
Rihanna
Beyonce can justify some changes.
That would be like if we saw Jasmine Sullivan twerking. I would be like, you don't have one song.
Or her. Like, girl.
What are y'all doing?
At least to their music. If you're doing it to another song, that's one thing. But not to your music. You have nothing.
When we think about male singers, we never think about them changing.
Oh, I thought she was about to say we never think about them twerking.
They
like,
really don't.
We don't.
No, not twerking. I mean, like changing outfits. You just be
Yeah.
like, why? Just do what you're
why you
doing.
gonna change?
If anything, if you end up like Trey Songz or like Chris Brown, where your shirt is just off, you got the
Yeah, I
same
was gonna say they
pants
mostly
on.
just do that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say they
Although
don't,
Chris Brown
but
changed.
He
Chris
changed.
Brown
He
does
does.
change
I
because
saw
I was gonna
him
say
and
I
he
see
changed.
him some. I was gonna say in a straight jacket. I saw him one time like in a jumpsuit.
He does chew off a trick, but he is doing full on performance choreography and all that. I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because you're gonna get hot and sweaty, so you need to
I
change.
mean, Usher, I think, did.
We could see.
Well, yeah,
Usher.
he does.
But those are
think he changed
performers
clothes,
need
yeah.
to change.
Yeah, those are performers
You
need
know?
to change.
Because
even
if Keisha
some-
Cole is doing outfit changes, I've seen her
Oh.
live. Don't go.
Well, I just saw one. I did see
that
that,
diaper
and she
on.
needed to do
The diaper.
a change because of the diaper.
But she said they were
situation.
made like that. She was like, I liked it. That's how they were supposed to be.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't. I think somebody's lying.
Like a newborn baby.
But somebody in her team is trashing because why didn't you tell her it looked bad?
Mm-hmm.
They hate her. But she drives me insane lately. And then she announced that Ashanti was having another baby. Ashanti's never
Yes.
said that.
Oh.
And she's like, well, I didn't say that. You did say it.
Oh,
You tried to backtrack it on live, like you're live on
But
the
let's
radio.
not blame her because at the end of the day, in that moment, she was. I always say that at the end of the day. In that moment, she was bigging up Ashanti. She was like, I appreciate Ashanti, and so let's just focus on the positive.
She trusted that woman with her secret.
I don't. I hope she's not pregnant. No, she just was on live with Nelly. Like, actually, I don't even care if she's pregnant. I love her. I love Ashanti.
Yeah, I love Ashanti.
Someone looking at me like, wrap it up.
Wow.
All right, y'all. We gotta go. We can't keep saying we leaving and we don't leave. We'll see
Okay.
y'all next week.
Bye, guys.